Hey guys, what's going on? This is Justin, and this is the ultimate $650 Mini ITX PC build. As always, all the parts in this build are linked down below in the description, so definitely go check them out. Anyways, let's get started. Kicking off the build, we're starting off with the Intel i5 4460 as our CPU choice. With the 4460, we're getting 4 cores with 3.2 GHz, which makes it much more than acceptable for doing any CPU-intensive tasks such as video editing and, of course, gaming. Now, although the i5 4460 isn't overclockable, you can still turbo boost that 3.2 GHz up to 3.4 GHz, which is pretty respectable. So overall, the i5 4460 is a pretty great CPU, especially for the price. You get some great performance without a hole in your wallet. Powering up our graphics, the Asus GTX 750 Ti was a no-brainer. The 750 Ti pumps out a great amount of performance, especially for what you're paying, and while you might not be getting 200 frames per second for big titles like GTA 5 or Overwatch, the 750 Ti still runs like a champ. You're still getting the ability to stack up against high graphic demanding games, and with the 750 Ti's consistent performance, this card should last you a good while to go. For $120, the Asus GTX 750 Ti is definitely a reliable card, especially if you're on a budget, and it's a great choice for a GPU. In terms of RAM, the Kingston HyperX Fury gets the job done. We went with 8GB of DDR3 RAM, and it should do the trick for now, but an upgrade in the future isn't a bad idea. The HyperX Fury is a pretty reliable set of RAM, and with its nice low profile and nice sleek black color, it definitely suits our build really well. Paired up with our RAM, the ASRock H97M motherboard is a great solid choice to connect all our parts together. This board comes with 5 SATA slots, allowing you to plug in all the storage you'd ever want. The H97M supports up to 5th gen Intel CPUs, so any upgrades in the future that you'd want shouldn't be a sweat. Along with that, you're also getting an onboard Wi-Fi card, so the ASRock H97M definitely doesn't skimp out. Alright, so with all these parts, we're gonna need some sort of storage in order to be able to run our files and also our games, and what better to do the job than the Samsung 850 EVO. In my case, I went with 250GB, but of course, you can always pick up this SSD in a larger variant, so that's really up to you. With an SSD, boot startup times and game loading times are night and day faster than compared to your average hard drive, and the Samsung EVO 850 is definitely one of the most reliant SSDs out there. Powering up our build, the Corsair CX430M is a solid contender for our power supply, and maybe it's a little bit overkill for what our build uses, but keep in mind, in the future if you do plan to have any upgrades, you should be perfectly fine off. Also, with an 80+ bronze rating, the Corsair CX430M won't be killing up your electricity bills, which is also really great. Now we get to the star of the show. The Silverstone Sugo SG13 was a refreshing choice. This case not only looks awesome, but it's pretty unique looking as well. I mean, you get a pretty sleek black looking finish in a super small configuration which looks pretty killer. Of course, you still get your standard USB 3.0 ports at the front of the case, along with some dust filters, so features-wise, this case is definitely a game. What really hits home though is the fact that the Silverstone Sugo can hold up to a full-size standard ATX power supply, and it can also hold some pretty large graphics cards, which makes it pretty insane for the actual size you're getting of the entire build. The Silverstone Sugo SG13 suits this build perfectly and has a great fresh looking design which won't take up your whole desk. So now we have all our parts all said and done on paper, but now let's take a look at how this PC performs in game. Alright, so hopping into the big title GTA 5, we're getting a completely playable 45 to 50 frames per second, and this is on high to very high settings. Taking the turn to CSGO, on high to very high settings, we're presented with 105 to 120 frames per second, which is actually pretty smooth. Of course, I did have to include a newer game, so on Overwatch, we're getting a nice 40 frames per second, which is completely acceptable, and of course, you can always turn down the settings in order to get some more frames, but that's really up to you. All in all, this PC is a great build, and while you're not spending too much money here and there, you're still getting some great performance, especially for everything that you're paying. So definitely, if you're looking for a brand new computer or you're just upgrading from your standard pre-built computer and you don't have a lot of money to spend, this is a great way to go. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down below. Also, be sure to let me know whether you enjoy watching these PC build videos. They're definitely a lot of fun to make, so I'd be happy to make more if you guys enjoyed them. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and comment sweaty fish down in the comment section if you made it to this part. That's about it, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.